You're back on? 1, 2, 3. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. La hawla wa la quwwata illa billahi. Is it on? No. You're on? Streaming? Where did we leave it? Hey! And then after that was the monkey. Means what people think they're saving for. Now is the time for bargain. Now is the time in which they exchange that dunya for their akhirah. Now is the time to prepare themselves for the arrival of Sayyidina Mahdi salam. Now is the time to complete their faith, to act upon their faith and to bring out the realities of their faith. What Allah wants to dress them with, bless them with. When a shaykh comes and says that, come to see us, the order is, come to see us. Maybe there's a reality for your soul to be dressed. You see people, oh I don't have the time, I don't know, we'll see. Then at least understand the level of the belief. What they're asking for of levels of belief and understanding to dress all the heart with its haqqaiqs and its realities. We pray that Allah inspire us to reach, as we see the doors around the world will be closing and difficulties moving more and more upon the earth. What we are in need of is the love of Sayyidina Muhammad and that love to dress and bless the heart, inshaAllah. We do some of the qawanis. Shahid. Are they back on?
Ya Rab dil Muslim ko, Ya Rab dil Muslim ko, wo zinda tamanna de. Ya Rab dil Muslim ko, Ya Rab dil Muslim ko, wo zinda tamanna de. Ya Rab dil Muslim ko, Ya Rab dil Muslim ko, wo zinda tamanna de. Jo qalb ko garma de, jo qalb ko garma de, jo ruh ko tadpa de. Ya Rab dil Muslim ko wo zinda tamanna de. Ya Rab dil Muslim ko wo zinda tamanna de. Phir wadiye wara ke har darre ko chamka de. Phir wadiye wara ke har darre ko chamka de. Phir shauq tamasha de, phir dhauq taqaza de. Ya Rab dil Muslim ko, Ya Rab dil Muslim ko wo zinda tamanna de, wo zinda tamanna de. Mehroom tamasha ko phir deedaye bina de. Mehroom tamasha ko phir deedaye bina de. Dekha hai jo kuch maine auron ko bhi dikhla de. Ya Rab dil Muslim ko, Ya Rab dil Muslim ko wo zinda tamanna de, wo zinda tamanna de. भटके हुए आहू को फिर सूए हरम ले चल. भटके हुए आहू को फिर सूए हरम ले चल. इस शहर के खूगर को फिर वुसअत सहरा दे. या रब दिल मुस्लिम को, या रब दिल मुस्लिम को वो जिंदा तमन्ना दे, वो जिंदा तमन्ना दे. इस दौर की जुल्मत में हर कल्ब परीशान को, इस में मकासद को हम दोष सुरैया कर, रिफ़अत में मकासद को हम दोष सुरैया गए। खुदारी साहिल दे आज़ादी दरिया दे, या रब दिल मुस्लिम को, या रब दिल मुस्लिम को वो जिंदा तमन्ना दे, वो जिंदा तमन्ना दे। बेलौत मोहब्बत हो, बेबाक सदाकत हो, बेलौत मोहब्बत हो, बेबाक सदाकत हो। सीनों में उजाला कर दिल सूरत मीना दे, या रब दिल मुस्लिम को, या रब दिल मुस्लिम को वो जिंदा तमन्ना दे, वो जिंदा तमन्ना दे। एहसास इनायत कर आसार मुसीबत का, एहसास इनायत कर आसार मुसीबत का। अमरोज की शोरश में अंदेशा फरदा दे, या रब दिल मुस्लिम को, या रब दिल मुस्लिम को वो जिंदा तमन्ना दे, वो जिंदा तमन्ना दे। मैं बुलबुल नाला हूँ एक उजड़े गुलिस्तान का, मैं बुलबुल नाला हूँ एक उजड़े गुलिस्तान का। आखिर का साइल हूँ मोहताज को दाता दे, या रब दिल मुस्लिम को, या रब दिल मुस्लिम को वो जिंदा तमन्ना दे, वो जिंदा तमन्ना दे। जो कल्ब को गरमा दे, जो कल्ब को गरमा दे, जो रूह को तड़पा दे, या रब दिल मुस्लिम को, या रब दिल मुस्लिम को वो जिंदा तमन्ना दे, वो जिंदा तमन्ना दे।
Salli wa sallim wa barik alayhi. Is Maghrib time? Inshallah. One more and then we pray Maghrib.
साहिब असरा साफिए माशर, साहिब असरा शाफिए माशर। इन्ना आतैना कल कौसर, इन्ना आतैना कल कौसर। रब ने कहा है ये खुश होकर, रब ने कहा है ये खुश होकर। इन्ना आतैना कल कौसर, इन्ना आतैना कल कौसर। चश्माए कौसर दूध से उजला, चश्माए कौसर दूध से उजला। शहद से मीठा बर्फ से ठंडा, शहद से मीठा बर्फ से ठंडा। प्याले जिसके धारे जोहर, प्याले जिसके धारे जोहर। इन्ना आतैना कल कौसर, इन्ना आतैना कल कौसर। साहिब असरा शाफिए माशर, साहिब असरा शाफिए माशर। इन्ना आतैना कल कौसर, इन्ना आतैना कल कौसर। मतलब कौसर सारे भलाई, मतलब कौसर सारे भलाई। मतलब रब्बे उम्मत अख्तर, मतलब रब्बे उम्मत अख्तर। चश्माए कौसर आलम उम्मत, चश्माए कौसर आलम उम्मत। इन्ना आतैना कल कौसर, इन्ना आतैना कल कौसर। साहिब असरा शाफिए महशर, साहिब असरा शाफिए महशर। इन्ना आतैना कल कौसर, इन्ना आतैना कल कौसर। पहला फरीज़ा फर्ज नमाज़े, पहला फरीज़ा फर्ज नमाज़े। फिर है माली सारी इबादत, फिर है माली सारी इबादत। फसल شافع محشر صاحب أسرار شافع محشر إنا أعطيناك الكوثر إنا أعطيناك الكوثر सबसे छोटी सूरत कुरान सबसे छोटी सूरत कुरान काबाए रब्बर है आवेज़ां काबाए रब्बर है आवेज़ां ऐसी सूरत ना हो मिलकर ऐसी सूरत ना हो मिलकर इन्ना अतैनाक कौसर इन्ना अतैनाक कौसर साहिब असरा शाफी माशर साहिब असरा शाफी माशर इन्ना अतैनाक कौसर इन्ना अतैनाक कौसर रब ने कहा है ये खुश होकर रब ने कहा है ये खुश होकर इन्ना अतैनाक कौसर इन्ना अतैनाक कौसर इन्ना अतैनाक कौसर इन्ना अतैनाक कौसर
سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين بحرمة محمد المصطفى وبسير سورة الفاتحة. Ameen. Inshallah they join in for the Salat al-Maghrib. So the states just, we're going to pray Salat al-Maghrib now and then continue with the Khatam inshallah. أتيناك الكوثر عليا يا ربي وبعث المقام المحمود وارزقنا شفقته يوم القيامة كتب في القيامة وترى 40 وثلاثة وتقال الصيام في هذا المجلس يا رب العرش المجيد
صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد وسلم. الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمد رسول الله أشهد أن محمد رسول الله. حي على الصلاة حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح حي على الفلاح قد قامت الصلاة قد قامت الصلاة. الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله.
الله أكبر
الله أكبر.
الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. ألم نشرح لك صدرك ووضعنا عنك وزرك الذي أنقض ظهرك ورفعنا لك ذكرك فإن مع العسر يسرا إن مع العسر يسرا فإذا فرغت فانصب وإلى ربك فارغب. الله أكبر
الله أكبر.
سمع الله لمن حمده
ربنا ولك الحمد.
الله
الله أكبر.
الله أكبر
الله أكبر.
الله أكبر
الله أكبر.
الله أكبر
الله أكبر.
الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين.
آمين.
ألم تر كيف فعل ربك بأصحاب الفيل ألم يجعل كيدهم في تدليل وأرسل عليهم طيرا أبابيل ترميهم بحجارة من سجيل فجعلهم كعصف مأكول. الله أكبر
الله أكبر.
سمع الله لمن حمده
ربنا ولك الحمد.
الله أكبر
الله أكبر.
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 سمع الله لمن حمده.
ربنا ولك الحمد.
الله أكبر.
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 السلام عليكم ورحمة الله.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله.
لا إله إلا الله. لا إله إلا الله. لا إله إلا الله. محمد رسول الله. استغفر الله استغفر الله استغفر الله. اللهم انت السلام ومنك السلام. تبارك ربنا خليت يا ذا الجلال والاكرام. لا اله الا الله وحده لا شريك له. له الملك وله الحمد ويمين وعلى كل شيء قدير. سمعنا وأطعنا غفرانك ربنا ولك المصير. على رسولنا الصلوات. استغفر الله استغفر الله استغفر الله. سبحان الله والحمد لله ولا اله الا الله والله اكبر ولا حول ولا قوة الا بالله العلي العظيم. اعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. وإلهكم إله واحد لا اله الا هو الرحمن الرحيم. الله لا اله الا هو الحي القيوم. رب ذو الجلال والكمال. اسمك يا عظيم. سبحان الله. على نعمة الإسلام وشرف الإيمان دائما الحمد لله. تعالى شانه ولا إله غيره والله أكبر. الله أكبر كبيرا والحمد لله كثيرا وسبحان الله بكرة وأصيلا. لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له. له الملك وله الحمد ويميت وعلى كل شيء قدير. سبحان ربي العلي والعلى الواقع.
يا وهاب يا وهاب يا وهاب يا مسدد الأسباب يا مفتح الأبواب يا مقلب القلوب والأبصار يا دليل المتحدين يا غياث المتعبدين يا حي يا قيوم يا ذا الجلال والإكرام. فقد أمرنا الله إن الله بصير بالعباد. الشيخ النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم وعلى آله الكرام قال مشاهدينا في تجربة النقشبندية العلمية وسائر ساداتنا المستضيفين على الفاتحة. صلاة الجنازة الغائبين to all those who passed away in the last 24 hours, they are represented in the an intercession of Sayyidina Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Allahu Akbar.
الله أكبر.
Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. السلام عليكم. بحرمة محمد المصطفى وبسم سرور الفاتحة. بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم إن الشرف النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم وعلى أصحابه الكرام وعلى مشايخنا في طريقة النقشبندية العالية خاصة روح ممتلك قوت خليك شان نشبه محمد وسلم الخال سلطان أولياء الشيخ محمد الإسلامي سلطان الشيخ محمد نازم عادل الفرخاني مولانا الشيخ الشام كوباني شيخ عدنان كوباني شيخ محمد عادل مهدي خالق الخوش دواني سائر زمان سيدنا محمد المهدي عليه السلام روح الله سيدنا عيسى عليه السلام سيف الله سيدنا عليه السلام ثم سيدنا أبي بكر الصديق سيدنا عمر سيدنا عثمان إمام الحسن السلام إمام حسين السلام سيدنا فاطمة عليه السلام وسائر وساداتنا إن شاء الله Allah عز وجل dress us بالعرس المبارك of Sayyidina Uthman al-Qur'an Jami al-Quran al-Majid on the 18th of Dhul Hajj, which will be the 17th night, is the Urs al-Mubarak, and then Allah dress us from this immense holy companion of Sayyidina Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, Sayyidina Uthman al-Qari Jami al-Quran al-Majid, and the immense reality that the gathering of the Holy Quran, the encoding of the Quran with all its secrets, that Allah dress us from His line, bless us from His line, and make us to be His lovers and to be raised under His feet, and Yawm al-Mashar, and to be in His paradise, eating from His table, inshaAllah. Muhammad Muhammad al-Mustafa, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, Muhammad Muhammad al-Mustafa, Basira Surat al-Fatiha. Let's do the
Or something.
If there's any way of making it a little tighter, then I can stick it. The wind is picking up on this mic. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم نوت الأربعين نوت الاتقاء نوت الخلوة والسلوك والصيام في هذا المجلس يا رب العرش العظيم مدد سيدي يا سلطان الأولياء مشيخ عبد الله فايز داغستان رقيب الأمة وإذ الأمة سيد القلم وسيد الكوثر مدد يا سيدي يا سلطان الأولياء شيخ محمد نازم حقاني مدد يا سيدي يا مولانا شيخ الشام كباني شيخ عدنان كباني شيخ محمد عادل عبد الخالق الخوش دواني صاحب زمان سيد محمد المهدي عليه السلام وروح الله سيدنا عيسى عليه السلام سيف الله سيدنا عليه السلام ثم سيدنا أبي بكر الصديق سيدنا عمر سيدنا عثمان إمام الحسن إمام حسين وسيدنا فاطمة عليه الصلاة والسلام وسائر ساداتنا وصديقنا الفاتحة. إن شاء الله. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله
أشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله أستغفر الله 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 أستغفر الله
أستغفر الله العظيم الذي لا إله إلا الحي القيوم وأتوب إليه إنه هو ترفع دين الإسلام من كل ما يقال الشريعة من كل ما يقال الطريقة من كل ما يقال معرفة من كل ما يقال حقيقة من كل ما يقال منظمة يا أرحم الراحمين يا الله اللهم يا مسبب الأسباب فتح الأبواب تغلب القلوب والأبصار يا ذا المتهيرين يا غياث المستغيثين يا حي يا قيوم يا ذا الجلال والإكرام وفوضوا أمر الله إن الله بصير بالعباد.
Rabit al-Sharif asking to always see ourselves a Rosa Sharif in the presence of Sayyidina Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. بمددكم ونظركم سيدي يا رسول الكريم يا حبيب العظيم.
فاتحة الشريف بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين صلوات الشريف اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد وسلم 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 ألم نشرح لك شريف بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ألم نشرح لك صدرك ووضعنا عنك وزرك الذي أنقض ظهرك ورفعنا لك ذكرك فإن مع العسر يسرا إن مع العسر يسرا وإذا فرغت فانصب وإلى ربك فارغب الله أكبر بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ألم نشرح لك صدرك ووضعنا عنك وزرك الذي أنقض ظهرك ورفعنا لك ذكرك وإن مع العسر يسرا إن مع العسر يسرا وإذا فرغت فانصب وإلى ربك فارغب الله أكبر بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ألم نشرح لك صدرك ووضعنا عنك وزرك الذي أنقض ظهرك ورفعنا لك ذكرك وإن مع العسر يسرا إن مع العسر يسرا وإذا فرغت فانصب إلى ربك فارغب الله أكبر إخلاص الشريف بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد الله أكبر بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد الله أكبر بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم
يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد. الله أكبر.
فاتحة الشريف. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين. صلوات الشريف. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد وسلم. 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 اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد وسلم.
صل يا ربي وسل جميع أنبيائه والمرسلين وكل أجمعين والحمد لله رب العالمين. رشف النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم وعلى وأصحابه الكرام وعلى مشايخنا في طريقة النقشبندية العالية خاصة روح إمام طريقة غوث خليك شان نقشبند محمد ويسع البخاري سلطان أولياء الشيخ محمد الفيز الداغستاني سلطان أولياء الشيخ محمد ناظم عادل الحقاني مولانا الشيخ الشام كوباني شيخ عدنان كوباني شيخ محمد عادل محمد خالق الخوجدواني صاحب زمان سيد محمد المهدي عليه السلام وروح الله سيدنا عيسى عليه السلام سيف الله سيدنا عليه السلام ثم سيدنا أبي بكر الصديق سيدنا عمر سيدنا عثمان إمام الحسن السلام إمام الحسين السلام سيدنا فاطمة عليه السلام وسائر ساداتنا وصديقنا. الفاتحة. شفاعة رسول الكريم.
لا إله إلا الله 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 صلوات الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله محمد حبيب الله عليه صلوات الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله محمد نبي الله عليه صلوات الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله محمد خليل الله عليه صلوات الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله محمد صفي الله عليه صلوات الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله محمد ناجي الله عليه صلوات الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله محمد شفيع الله عليه صلوات الله لا إله إلا 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 هو 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 لا إله إلا ربي جل الله ما في قلبي غير الله نور محمد صلى الله لا إله إلا الله حسبي ربي جل الله ما في قلبي غير الله نور محمد صلى الله لا إله إلا 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 هو 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 ألا بذكر الله تطمئن القلوب يا الله 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 الوكيل نعم المولى ونعم النصير لا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله العلي العظيم. حنان يا الله يا حنان يا سبحان
يا سبحان يا الله
يا سبحان يا سبحان
يا سبحان يا الله
يا سلطان يا سلطان
يا سلطان يا الله يا سلطان يا سلطان يا سلطان يا الله
يا أمان يا أمان
يا أمان يا الله يا أمان يا أمان يا أمان يا الله
يا الله يا الله
يا الله يا الله يا الله يا الله يا الله يا الله
أنت الله أنت الله
أنت الله يا الله أنت الله أنت الله أنت الله يا الله
هو الله هو الله
هو الله يا الله هو الله يا الله هو الله يا الله
بسم الله
الرحمن الرحيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم يا أهل يا صبا صل على محمد يا أهل يا صبا صل على محمد يا أهل يا صبا صل على محمد محمد المهدي خليفة الله 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 يا سيد يا صحيح يا صديق يا رسول يا الله يا سيد يا صحيح يا صديق يا رسول يا الله يا سيد يا صحيح يا صديق يا رسول يا الله يا سيد يا صحيح يا صديق يا رسول يا الله يا سيد يا صحيح يا صديق يا رسول يا الله
حسبنا الله
ربنا الله حسبنا الله ربنا الله حسبنا الله ربنا الله حسبنا الله ربنا الله حسبنا الله ربنا الله نعم المولى ونعم النصير نعم المولى ونعم النصير حسبنا الله ربنا الله حسبنا الله ربنا الله نعم المولى ونعم النصير نعم المولى ونعم النصير يا غالبا غير مغلوب 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 يا شاهدا غير مغيب يا شاهدا غير مغيب يا شاهدا غير مغيب يا قاربا غير بعيد يا قاربا غير بعيد يا قاربا غير بعيد يا غالبا غير مغلوب يا غالبا غير مغلوب يا غالبا غير مغلوب
الله ونعم الوكيل نعم المولى ونعم النصير لا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله العلي العظيم عن أشرف العالمين سيدنا محمد صلوات على أفضل العالمين سيدنا محمد صلوات على أكمل العالمين سيدنا محمد صلوات الله تعالى وملائكته والأنبياء ورسوله وجميع خلقه على محمد وعلى آل محمد عليهم السلام ورحمة الله تعالى وبركاته. ورضي الله تبارك وتعالى سادتنا أصحاب رسول الله أجمعين ولتابعين بإحسان أئمة المجتهدين المعروفين والعلماء المتقين والأولياء الصالحين ومشايخنا في طريقة النقشبندية العلية قدس الله تعالى وهم زكيا ونور الله تعالى حضرتهم وبركاته الله تعالى من بركاتهم وفيضاتهم دائما. الحمد لله رب العالمين. الفاتحة. آمين. Turn the lights, please. How's that mic sound coming out? Can you pick up the sound? Are you hearing it? Your ambient sound? Yeah, no, for the talk, but could you hear that on the video? Just because you're going to stream that. Ready? أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. نطر 40 نطر اعتكاف نتخرج رسول القدسية بحج المجلس يا رب العالمين. مد يا سيدي يا رسول الكريم يا حبيب العظيم. مد يا سيدي يا سلطان الأولياء مشهد الفيض الدرستاني الشيخ محمد ناظم حقاني والشيخ الشام كباني الشيخ عدنان كباني الشيخ محمد عادل بمددكم من نزلكم في هذا المجلس يا رب العرش العظيم. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. أطيعوا الله أطيعوا الرسول أولي الأمر منكم. And a reminder always for myself, Ya Rabbi, أنا عبدك العجيز ضعيف مسكين ظالم جهل, and by the grace of Allah that I'm still in existence. We took a path in which to be nothing. In this holy month, the 12th month of the lunar calendars, this is the 12th month, Zul Hajj. And we talked last night that we look for guidance always first from Holy Qur'an. It dresses our path and blesses our path. It is the reality, وَعَلَمَ الْقُرْآنُ خَلَقَ الْإِنسَانِ, that Allah taught the Qur'an to the soul and then made a body, a vehicle to place this holy soul into that vehicle. And Surah Al-Yusuf is the 12th surah, and Allah described this is a beautiful surah. This is a beautiful qissa, means this is a reality of our path, that we give it in a very short summary, doesn't have to be too long and too complicated, very easy path to understand. The last night we covered that Sayyidina Yusuf is telling his father, who is a prophet and has 11 brothers who are prophets, and telling his father that, I've had a dream that the sun and the moon and 11 planets have made sujood, have bowed down to me. And the father asked that, don't tell your brothers, they're going to cause you harm. And Sayyidina Yusuf was thrown into a well by his brothers. Eventually their jealousy overtook them, and the feeling of favour and the beatific tajalli dressing Sayyidina Yusuf the brothers couldn't handle it. So life is filled with hasad. Even if you're a prophet, there's going to be hasad. These are 11 prophets of Allah are jealous and throw their brother into a hole. That child last night we stopped only at that, and that's the whole understanding of tafakkur. Who knows himself will know his Lord, that Allah that in today's day how to bring the surah of what Allah wants for us, Prophet wants for us, and the ulul amr what they are responsible for us is this path. When Allah wants to guide the servant, doesn't matter who the father, who the brother and who the mother is, Allah's guidance is always going to be unique and is going to be uniquely guided, and everyone's destination is different. Everyone's level of knowledge is different, and from that understanding you have to be put into a hole, and that hole is isolation and solitude, tafakkur and meditation and contemplation. That I can make a space within my life like that hole, that I'm cut off from everything, and that I have to learn to. Who knows himself will know his Lord. The hadith of Prophet comes at that point and teaches, who knows himself will know his Lord. This moment that Allah has given for you to be isolated is a time in which Allah wants you to reflect. Reflect to know yourself so that you may know what governs you. This word of Rabb in Surat al-Yusuf. Surat al-Yusuf is filled with the secret of Alif Lam Ra and Rububiyyah, Lordship, which is not Allah. Allah is the creator, Lordship is that which governs you. Before they used to say Rabb al-Bayt, the Lord of the house, Rabb al-Shar, the Lord of the city. Then they manipulated the language, came back and said, no, this is only in reference to Allah. It changes the whole reality of that surah. That Allah teaching through that understanding, you have to know your Lord. You have to know what governs you in life before you can submit yourself to the Lord Most High. Everything on this earth is claiming lordship over us. Bad desires, vices, anybody that is stuck within a vice that they cannot stop, it's a lord over you. It shows its dominance and it is making you to submit. Even the anger and qadab can be lord over insan and push him towards fires and difficulty. So it means every characteristic is important. Every aspect of ourself is that when we begin to look at ourself in our tafakkur and our meditation, what is governing me? Before I can claim Allah that I'm submitting to Allah, what are all my bad characteristics, all my vices and desires, all those that are governed by shaitan that I'm submitting to and not submitting to Allah. That's why the hole. That lifetime is the hole. Barely people come out of that hole. Few enter and very few ever come out once they enter, because lifelong tafakkur, lifelong contemplation. Before I can claim to be worshipping Allah, talking on Allah's behalf, I have to understand myself. Who am I and what am I submitting to? If I fought those things that make me to submit to it, that is the jihad al-akbar, the great struggle. The Prophet told the companions, this fighting on the outside is one level, but the greater battle lies ahead, and that's the fighting of the character, the fighting of ourself, our bad desires. There's no victory, there's no pot of gold, there's nothing other than attacking yourself, pushing yourself, humiliating yourself. Not to let the self to win, to claim victory over you, and you are completely defeated. At that time imagine a shaitan is riding you and you're merely a donkey for the devil, because he's about to put Saddle. He's fighting with you. He's got the saddle on you. He's about to put the bridle in the mouth and begin to ride. If he can take that servant and ride him, that's it, that servant is under satanic influence. Our life was to fight that. It's a continuous battle that, no, I'm not going to definitely let shaitan put his saddle on me and put his bridle into my mouth to make my direction under satanic influence. So this is the whole concept of tafakkur. And when the next section that comes is that Sayyidina Yusuf was crying in the hole and making his najat and praying that, Ya Rabbi, I'm realizing my difficulty and the situation that I'm in, that grant me a najat. And Allah describes now a caravan is approaching. These are the caravans of hope and not despair. Although one person once said, this is a caravan of despair, because he didn't understand the quote. The Sufis and the people of tasawwuf and tazkiyah is the caravan of hope, and they take away all despair. And the saying that they had, come again. Even if you broke your vow 1,000 times, yet come again. And Allah describes this caravan came to the well, they sat down and they noticed that Sayyidina Yusuf is in there, and said, perchance we take him out, is a barakah, a blessing, we'll get something from this reality. Took him and began to leave. Right at that point, that is our tariq. Because when Allah's giving a beautiful story, there's no time. It's not about just one story, it's about our existence right now. Allah saying, if you're truly going to isolate yourself and truly want to come against all your bad desires and you're sincere in your prayers that guide me, there's a caravan coming to get you. You prayed to be here, you prayed for guidance, and if you didn't, your ancestors prayed. Somebody in your ancestry prayed that, guide my jat, guide my descendants to the way of truth and to the way of realities, and the caravan appears. When the caravan appears means the shaykh would take that one out of the well. At that point it's the responsibility of the shaykh to guide that student. Guide the student and tarbiyah the student, because this caravan is going into the presence where a king will come to buy him. Means there's a caravan that comes from Surat al-Yusuf, anybody can go home and read Surat al-Yusuf in your own language so that you understand the flavor and the verses in which Allah is giving to us. So don't think, I'm just going to throw you in a hole. There's a caravan coming if you're clever enough to understand. That one that coming is responsible to take you out of that darkness, out of that difficulty, and begin to train you. But the characteristic of the servant that is going to be accompanying that caravan, he has to be miskeen, because he was a big prophet, probably wealthy family. Allah cut him off and threw him in a hole. So all the wealth in the world not going to help you now. So he's cut off. He's yatim, a father and 11 brothers who are prophets. Doesn't matter how great your family is, how all interrelated you are, how everything is, Allah said, when I want to guide you, you're in the hole, isolated, cut off. So they become yatim, because this is the biggest complaint. You go, oh, I have so many family and they don't agree, they don't understand, they don't know what I'm doing, they don't even like to look at me and talk to me anymore. Well, so then congratulations, because what they know of you is not maybe the image and the reality that Allah wants from you. Because if Allah dress you, maybe they never like to see your face again. Because we have a certain image amongst people a certain reality that they were comfortable with. As long as you did what they did, they were good with you. As soon as you go to guidance, say, what's wrong with you? What's all these things you want to do to yourself? Why you don't come and play with us anymore? So of course they're not going to have anything familiar. You become yatim, you have nobody, you're cut off from everything. You become miskeen, I don't have what I had, I had all my plans in life, I was going to do all these things, all been cut off. I was going to be famous, cut off. I was going to be a big businessman, cut off. Whatever the person was dreaming, maybe Allah didn't have that dream for you. It'll come back later what Allah wants for you. But we're still just at the hole, that when that well is in there, there's a shaykh that's going to be coming to get us. When he gets us, he's going to train us. That the condition in which the shaykh is going to, it's an instant of a second of a story, but it's an expanded reality. That for you to accompany the shaykh, you have to have the character of miskeen. Because somebody who's been in a hole and thrown into a hole, he doesn't have a lot of opinions, and he doesn't keep putting his opinion or her opinion in everything. They don't know anything because they have to pretend to themselves, it's like I was in a hole, I've been isolated, my Lord threw me in there and I don't know how to take care of myself, I don't know how to reach that reality, I want to be nothing. Nasiyan mansiya. Oh, I wish, Ya Rabbi, that I was a thing unknown. You have to negate ourselves. We negate, I'm nothing, I'm nothing, I'm nothing, and I admit, no, Ya Rabbi, I'm miskeen. Miskeen in the sense that I don't know anything, I don't know where I'm going, I don't know anything, I don't want anything, I want to be nothing. I'm yatim, I don't need all those people to keep calling and talking to me. I need to be isolated to reach the reality. And then asiran. Because the condition the caravan took him as a captive. Didn't ask, would you like to come out of the well, or would you like to come with us, we're going to go to through the desert. No, took him as a captive, tied up a Prophet of Allah. So anyone who doesn't like the path and want too much of their opinion, too much talking, too many words, too much expression of who they are and what their character, that the path is teaching us, not me, Allah putting in the Qur'an. The path is teaching, be nothing. Accompany them asiran. Even their songs that we have to be asir, we have to be a captive in our way. So they come up like a captive, they don't say nothing, they don't know anything, they don't want anything, and a lifelong process of trying that, trying not to put their will where their will was not Allah's will. When we become nothing, want nothing and make ourselves to be in that condition, Allah can begin to dress the Divine will, and that caravan is taking and takes that servant all the way to the bazaar. Means that that caravan is on a path to the kingdom of Allah, because at that bazaar a king appeared. A king appeared and saw the lights. Means that Allah knows everything's been written, everything destined. These caravans should all be going to the same king. The caravan doesn't take anyone to themselves and then go out into the village by themselves. All these shuyukh are supposed to take their students to the presence of Sayyidina Muhammad. Holy Qur'an refers to Malik al-Aziz. Means that in the bazaar a king by the name of Malik al-Aziz. Malik, that he is a king. Aziz, that nothing escapes his power. Sifat al-Aziz is whatever Allah wants is going to happen with Sifat al-Aziz. They didn't use a random name when Allah naming the characters of this play. That this Malik, his sifat is Aziz upon him. Whatever I want is what he wants, whatever he says is going to happen. That king came in and said, we will take this one. Means that every student has been picked by Prophet. There's no way that you're watching or that you're sitting and that you're not a part of the caravan. No, I just came for chocolate, I don't know what this caravan was, I don't even know who even stopped here. It's just a matter of how much you're fighting inside. The caravan's the caravan, the Malik he already bought. So this one is mine, I'm going to put my nazar on them and I want to raise them, I want to dress them, I want to bless them. So our whole life is about the state. We can only eat from that reality if we're continuously yatim. That I'm nothing, Ya Rabbi, I'm nothing, I'm miskeen. No matter what Allah gives, don't let the wealth of your possessions, the wealth of your status make you to become arrogant. All Sahabi were wealthy, none of them were poor. Sayyidina Usman al-Qani, Jami al-Qur'an al-Majid was the wealthiest. Sayyidina Abu Bakr Siddiq the wealthiest, but they used their wealth in the way of Allah. Their wealth was a servant to them, haqq. Not that they were a servant to their wealth, that they hoarded in their bank accounts. We're talking about people with millions in their bank accounts. They're posting pictures all day long, they have 10 cars, 20 cars, they have garages filled with cars, all of which will be ropes upon the neck of the servant if they're not doing anything in the way of Allah. So it means they teach, that do for Allah, be of service, so that they're not a servant to that, but that wealth, those possessions, everything is a servant to them. This is their whole way until the king buys them. Means when they begin to be taught the realities and the love of Sayyidina Muhammad, they're entering now into the heavenly kingdom. Inside the heavenly kingdom are all the realities in which Allah wants for that servant. That you learn those characteristics to have, because you're going to need them inside the kingdom. Soon as Sayyidina Yusuf enters into the kingdom to be of service, he's having a big problem with the wife of the king. She's coming all over him, and everyone in the kingdom is immensely attracted to him. Sayyidina Yusuf is the beatific dress of Sayyidina Muhammad. If within the kingdom these murids, these shaykhs, their juzbah and their lights are so beatific and so filled with barakah, the woman represents dunya, and that the dunya within this kingdom of Allah is going to run after the servant. Where before you were running for your dunya, as soon as you enter into the kingdom of Sayyidina Muhammad, which are all the Prophets, we have Sayyidina Adam, Sayyidina Nuh, Sayyidina Ibrahim, Sayyidina Musa, Sayyidina Isa, all 124,000 Prophets in this kingdom. We're talking about the kingdom of Allah Almighty, that inside that kingdom for the servants who are entering in to be under the khidmat and service of the king, not on the outside in the barn, but this king chose you to come inside. I think you're going to be of service to me. Can you imagine not answering his call and running away? Out of 7 billion people, how he chose you? He didn't choose everybody, he chose you, come in. You're going to be maybe a barakah and a blessing, means the khidmat and your ability will be used for Prophet, and it's going to bring a barakah to the nation of Sayyidina Muhammad. Don't sit on all your eggs and do nothing. You've been chosen, the call has come, samina wa atana. We heard the call and we are coming. What was the purpose of all the labbaik? What was the labbaik? You thought you only heard to go to the Kaaba? Go spin 7 times and go home now and do whatever you want? The labbaik just started at that point. Did you hear the call? Did you really hear the call? Means then their whole wujud is to move towards Prophet. What am I going to do to get the nazar of Sayyidina Muhammad in my life, with my time, with my possessions, with all my abilities, all of them on the table for the benefit and for the nazar of Sayyidina Muhammad to be watching. So means they entered into that kingdom dressed by the reality of that kingdom, and then that dunya keeps chasing after. And at that time Sayyidina Yusuf the lady grabbed Sayyidina Yusuf, and then the king appeared. Means that this blessing they're dressing upon you, if this dunya grabs you, it's going to be a difficulty for you. Sayyidina Yusuf said, no, look, she grabbed me from behind, I was running from her. Not that I was running to her, she was running after me, means this dunya was running after. They run after, why? Because they want to be of service to Prophet. When they see that Allah loves you and that Prophet loves you, of course the dunya wants to throw everything at your feet. To be of khidmat also to the Divine, the Presence. And Sayyidina Yusuf's warning is no, that she came from behind and attacking me. At that time Sayyidina Yusuf asked, Ya Rabbi, I think it's better that I go to jail now. I've said many years this qissa, and you never know who understands and begins to click into their heart. The first hole you were thrown into. The second phase is you have to ask, you have to have your spiritual practices, you have to make your tafakkur, you have to make your contemplation, we have to do all our practices, and then we have to keep asking, Ya Rabbi, put me into seclusion, put me into isolation, bring out this ni'mat, bring out this blessing within me. Nawat al-arba'een, nawat al-itikaf, nawat al-khalwa, suluk wa siyam fi hadha al-majlis. We keep making intention, Ya Rabbi, I'm making intention, I'm making intention. Even if every day slowly it's like a itikaf for me or khalwa for me, but I want to reach. And 7 years he put himself into seclusion and isolation, at which time Allah brought him out. And when Sayyidina Yusuf came out, he came out with the mulk of all of Misr, but he was established with a mighty authority. The sun, the moon and 11 planets were put under his authority, and when he met with his father made sujood and kissed him. So anyone who doesn't understand Qur'an and the adab of Qur'an, that a Prophet of Allah bowed down to his son who became a higher level Prophet of Allah, and Allah showing that's ihtiram. That was sujood al-ihtiram, not for worshipness. People here don't even want to show respect to another person, and they think they're following Allah and following Qur'an. Well, they read the wrong Qur'an. 12th surah will teach you about bowing down. He bowed down. Why? He realized what station that he achieved. He achieved the authority of the sun, the moon and the 11 planets were put under the feet of Sayyidina Yusuf. Subhana rabbika rabbil izzati amma yasifoon wa salaamun al mursaleen walhamdulillahi rabbil alameen wa hurmati Muhammad al Mustafa wa bi siri Surat al Fatiha. Ameen. Ya Rabbil Alameen. Inshallah we'll do, what time is it now? 10:11. We do the Salat al-Isha after dinner inshallah. We'll give our salams now. Thank you for joining us.
Are you ever searching for what zikr to recite for a particular situation, or which prayer to make for an event or need? The search is over. We bring to you through the Muhammadan Way app an all-encompassing Islamic guide. A platform where you can find all the surahs from Holy Quran, special du'as and prayers, as well as live zikrs and comprehensive Islamic teachings from world-renowned scholars. Download this powerful app now and keep up to date with in-app notifications. Available for download on iOS and Android. The annual Grand Milad, brought to you by Hubbi Rasool, is taking place on November 8th at 6 p.m. Come celebrate the biggest Mawlid on the West Coast and raise the flags of love for this most blessed occasion. Take part in Salawat, Naat and Qawwali recitations and ziyarah of the holy hair of Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him. Also, enjoy a delicious 3-course meal, all included in this free event. Tickets are available now on nurmuhammad.com/events.